Hey guys, Joe from J&M Concrete here. This week we are doing a driveway. Something standard, concrete companies do it all the time. It's one of my favorite things because access is easy. Sometimes the cement truck can just pour straight out. You don't got to worry about kind of squeezing in through the side yard and stuff like that. Stick around for the prep, the pour, and we'll see you then, guys. Don't forget to leave us a like and subscribe. Bye-bye. So the reason we were brought into this job, even though the driveway was in good condition, and I made that clear to the customer, was the area that you see us messing with this rod and this level, they left it completely flat from one side to the other when in reality it needed slope to either one or the other. So what I did, where I'm at there in that corner, I raised the center up off of that corner and then I shot the water to either side. But we still couldn't figure out why they weren't able to rod this right. It's like they went out of their way to leave it flat when there should have been slope to one side or the other. But we came in and did it the right way. So this is one of the few times that I will hit the subgrade under the road base with the plate compactor, because mostly everything here was a type of sand. We hit it with the jumping jack just to make sure there wasn't any large voids, and then we hit it with the plate compactor, and then we bring in our road base, rod it out so that you have an even thickness all the way through the slab. People don't know that it makes it easier to get the slab to crack where you want it to when it's all an even thickness, especially on these oddly shaped driveways, pads, stuff like that. But all in all, besides the weird level we had there in the center, everything else was still pretty straightforward, because at the end of the day, this is just the driveway, just needs to follow a couple little rules that we like to follow. Hey guys, there it is. Concrete came out well. So weirdly, it was like 3 inches everywhere, but in the middle it was like 5. And then the problem here was that the customer right in the center was getting puddling. So when I got my level out, everything was level, as in 0%, 0.1, no direction. So what we did, right where that cone is, we raised it up so that there's enough slope from the corner this way, just as much as possible, and that gave us about 1.5% that way, and then from there 2% that way. So when they originally did this, I think the goal was to shoot it all that way, but they kind of did a weird thing where they just left it flat. Really no sense in what happened. I don't know why they did it, but now we should actually get some water flow here, better than what was here. Is it less than what I'm happy about? Yeah, but so far so good. And we gotta prep the day early, so tomorrow we're gonna get a little day off. And just look at this weather, guys. Beautiful Colorado, rainy weather. Tomorrow sleep in a little bit, but there it is, guys. Everything compacted well. It's actually going to water our road base. The customer didn't have water here, so we weren't able to really water the road base that was already kind of wet, but this will help us out. Everything's good to go. Expansion's in, rebar's in. See you at the pour, guys. Bye-bye.
I will always stand behind the fact that a power buggy is a great way to get concrete onto a project, but there's really honestly nothing better. Pumps don't come close, power buggies, whatever you want to say. There's nothing better than the chute just being able to reach everything that you're doing. It's quick, it's efficient, it goes fast. I love it. So one small detail that a lot of companies miss, when you're working on a swell like this where water is flowing and you need to absolutely make it flow, make sure that you don't put your knee boards on the swell, because you just putting your weight on it can change it a little bit and leave puddles. So I have my guys on either side of it finishing from the outside. That way water could flow very, very effortlessly. And when we came back the next day, it definitely was.
Hey guys, Joe from J&M Concrete here. So pour went well. We poured 4,500. We poured at 6:30 in the morning. We used day one throughout the entire process. Right when we screed it, we'll spray day one and then bull float it, and then my guys will have little hand sprayers coming all the way. One thing I recommend to anyone watching the video, if you use it on one thing, use it on the whole thing, because it does change the color a little bit, because it densifies the surface, keeps moisture inside. So you want to make sure once you start using day one, use it on the whole thing. Don't just use it on that one spot you were struggling with. Plus it's better for the slab. But there it is, guys. Came out really, really nice. Next week we are doing a front patio with the pad on the side of a house, and then a little like 3x4 pad. It's a couple little pieces for a return customer from way back in the day. Stick around for that. But either way, thanks for stopping by and watching this video. Don't forget to leave us a like and subscribe. We'll see you next week, guys. Bye bye.